Number 2. It's the 5th of July. The 5th of July 2025. And I was just thinking I should record the sounds, because although you get completely accustomed to the sound, and I'm talking about the sound of the seagull, if that's the correct word. Those little cricket guys on the trees. But the sound is... it's such a part of Provence and a part of this part of the world, you know. But it's amazing how you get accustomed to it, because I don't notice it anymore, and it's so loud when you put your mind to it and you concentrate on it. It's like a flock of birds in the trees. Oh, I see a dragonfly on the wall. I'm at the pond, the little pond where Tuco is having a great time looking for fish. His tail is wagging. This is such a temporary moment, I'm realizing, because this little pond here on the riverbed is such a temporary thing. The riverbeds are always changing their nature, so this particular spot, well, I mean, if there's no rain and the weather keeps hot for the next 2 months, it'll be gone. Obviously it'll be gone in a few weeks. It'll dry up. So it's a very temporary thing, which makes it feel right now kind of special. I am here on the 5th. It's a Saturday. Flo is gone to a party. I can't for the life of me remember. I think it's maybe for one of the daughters of Lydia. And there's going to be lots of guests. And to be honest, as I'm sitting here now, I'm kind of thinking I wouldn't have minded being there with lots and lots of people, trying to practice my French and stuff. It might have actually been interesting. I don't know why I didn't think about it a bit more and go with her. I'm not sure she would have wanted me to go, but it would have been a kind of experience, you know, after the French course, which by the way finished yesterday. So yeah, maybe regret a little bit not going right now. But that's where she is, so I'm looking after Tuco and the cats, Luna and the babies. But I thought I'd just do a quick recording here, because this is the records that go onto they go online, and I had to make a point of just marking this moment, or rather yesterday, when I finished this course that at one point seemed like, wow, it's such a long time to do a course, 5 months or 4.5 months. It seemed like it was going to be forever, you know, back in February. I'm going to have to get up every morning and drive to Manosque. Oh my God. But it passed like everything. When it's passed and it seems quick. And I had such a good time with the people. I laughed a lot, and I was saying this to myself yesterday. I went for a walk to Orizon, and I was saying it's an experience that is good for your own confidence, because it can kind of don't know what the word is. I love trying to be articulate, and I get annoyed if I can't think of something, a decent word. it fortifies, I guess, my sense that when I'm with people, I'm not this crazy, odd, cold, unsociable character that sometimes Flo paints me out to be. That when I'm in an environment like I was, and I can say this in all honesty, I'm actually quite charming. I've got that gift of being able to charm, and with my experience or age, I'm not trying to impress all the time, and I'm not trying to be right all the time, and all this kind of stuff that you have when you're younger maybe. I just love being able to make people laugh. I love lightening the atmosphere. I love the idea of being someone that people find that they like him being around because he's kind of interesting and funny. To be kind of seen as the Norm Macdonald of the group is really that was my aim. And very early on in the course, again, because I guess I've got nothing to lose kind of, so I was able to have the confidence to make a joke when I felt like it, or say something a little silly when I felt like it, without kind of thinking about it too much, just doing it. And I found, to my happiness, that it worked. People understood the silliness or the joke, and it kind of created the atmosphere where after a while everybody was making silly little jokes about things, and the atmosphere, I think, was very light the whole way through. And because of that thing that comes with age, when you don't take things too seriously, and I just really felt like I had a warm relationship with everybody. Just genuinely nice. I even liked Komal at the end, and they were so sweet, all these people, and all these different nationalities, and it made me think about, like, I had this opinion on Ijmet from Turkey, and I'm not going to remember the girl's name from Algeria. The girl that was pregnant, Rashid. But they were very nice people. But anyway, that's done. I've got Carrefour coming next. That will not, I'm sure, be same, but we will see. Things come and go like that. I was a bit annoyed today. I discovered that I reserved my IRM scan is not till the 28th of August. I thought it was the 21st of July, so I'm going to have to wait a bit longer for that. Everything else is in July. Tuco's he's digging a hole. He must have seen something. God bless him. But I don't mind. I may try and ring tomorrow, Monday, to get my appointment moved up a bit, but otherwise, like I was saying earlier, I haven't had a scan since, I believe, December. So whether it's 6 months or 7 months, it's not going to make much difference, I guess. It's a lovely evening. I'm enjoying the weather. I don't have a problem with it. I've walked to Orizon a few times, and it's pretty tough, and when you get there, the sweat is just rolling down your face. But I don't mind it. I like the experience. I'm lucky. I don't seem to have a problem with the heat or the cold, and so many people have terrible hay fever. I'm glad I don't have that. So really, if I look into the future, it is bright and nice, and I'll do my best with the Carrefour thing. And there is always the kind of living tensions with Flo. She enjoys her company. She doesn't like the idea of me being around. I think to be there, and it's I know I need a job and everything, but let's say for August it might be okay to just relax a bit, forget about work for a while, you know. Otherwise it'll be necessary for me to find more courses, even if I'm doing something online when she's doing her stuff. I mean, it's understandable. No one wants to see the other person in the house. Isn't it weird? I don't even want to say husband anymore, because she's kind of killed the whole notion of she's reminded me so often that we're just like housemates. That I'm starting to talk like that. She doesn't seem to hold any value for the paper we signed, or the promises we made to each other all those years ago in the Cray. I still remember. Guess you can hear that. That's a frog somewhere or other. The evenings are lovely when the sun starts to go down. So yeah, what else is there to say? I've got to go back, like I said, in a week for the French Travail thing, and then all those trips to Aix at Manos that I grew to really enjoy the journey in the morning. Isn't it funny? I was kind of a nervous wreck at the beginning because of the experiences, winter experiences in that Ange Boulangerie and with the car, but I managed to build up my confidence again over the length of this course, because it was difficult going at the beginning. I was a bit of a nervous wreck, but slowly but surely I managed to get confident, and the car really looked after me. I feel the car is I think it's kind of a really good piece of machinery. I treat it now like it's an entity for me. I thank it every time I arrive at Manosque. Thank you very much for getting me here. So yeah, that's 13 and a half minutes talking. Feels like a lot longer to me for some reason. There's not much more to say really. I spent all day today. I walked Toucourt about 8:30, and then I spent the whole day indoors, and it's acceptable with a heat like this. Nobody would find that unusual. It's weird, the notion of having to spend your day this way or that way. I'm starting to come around to thinking about that. There's a sense in me of, my God, you just spent all day lying on the couch. How terrible. You could have been doing this or that, you know. But when you think about it, I mean, what are you doing that would be so important? Oh, you could paint a picture, do a YouTube video. You know, I've done YouTube videos. I haven't painted very many pictures, but I've certainly done a few videos. But who cares? It doesn't really matter, you know. The day comes, the day goes. If you're happy kind of playing chess and lying around, so what? Be thankful that you're healthy, I guess. You could clean your room. Yeah. Yeah, if it needs to be cleaned. You could sort out all your tapes. You could do all your washing. All these things, they have a kind of an effect where you maybe feel some kind of organization going on within yourself. That's what Kieran Egan used to say to me. I always remember that. When he did his washing when we were living in London, you had to go out and do it. You had to do it in a public place, you know, with the machines. He always said it was like going to mass when he'd done his washing. He felt he'd done something good. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say. I just wanted to make a note of the finish of the course, because that has been, I'm sure, a very prevalent topic over the last couple of audio entries, this French course in Manosque. And yesterday was the end of that. There was, by the way, no, I was kind of worried that, well, are we going to go out for a drink, or are we all going out for a meal? And it ended like any normal day, which I was kind of very happy with. Everybody just left at 4:15. We even finished by looking at a girl doing an interview for a job or something and reading the text as if it was just a normal day. It was exactly the way I like things to finish. And with that, I would say adios. Well, hello. Today is the 9th, I think, of July. It's Tuesday evening. It's 7:30 and I'm with Tuco. We're just by the river. Poor Tuco's looking for fish. I don't think there's many here. I'm a bit worried because we're in a part that's quite deep. I don't want Tuco to get into some trouble with the current, because yeah, I'll probably move off from here. Anyway, today was the second day of my work with Carrefourless, the famous stage. And it's finally happened. Now I can talk about it. After all the speculation on what it would be like. And the first day was tough, but the second day today, I have to say, wasn't so bad. It's putting stuff on shelves, and if it was just a simple case of which I think this could be the type of job that would get to the point where it really is just so straightforward and almost idiot proof. You know, that you put stuff on shelves, you have a little device that when you click search, a little light flashes on the little electronic tags that give the price and the kilograms and stuff, and that's where you put the stuff. And if there's no price, then you can create your own. That's what I'd like to do, be able to create my own space for stuff, because I think that would make the job a hell of a lot simpler than every time you can't find something, you have to ask somebody. If you could just do it yourself. But it's the kind of thing, if I could get autonomous with the job. But of course there is always it's not even talking to people so much as somebody asking you to do something. That is the dread, you know. That's that's kind of sometimes what it sounds like to me, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. Excusez-moi, pouvez-vous le péter? Est-ce que le chariot el culo Anna? And it's okay to say, pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? But when you say that like 4 times, where do you go from there? That's the thing makes the job kind of uncomfortable. It's also fairly tiring, to be honest. It's a full 7-hour shift with only a very small break. It's not at all like, half-hour break at 10 and then an hour lunch break at 1 and then another half hour. The good thing is it's all done in 7 hours and you're home at 1 o'clock. But it's a bit, it's important to get the right stuff to be doing, that you can get lost in something. I'm kind of learning about, because I see people going about their business reasonably slow. I think it's good to pace yourself in this job. I don't think anyone is behind your back timing you, so if you get a nice job putting stuff out, you should try and take your time and start daydreaming a little bit and relax, So I've done 2 days. I've got 3 days left. Flo's going away Thursday. So I'll be with Tuco and the cats. Really is the cats now. There's Bob, there's Luna, sometimes there's Togo, and now there's the 4 babies. It's like 4, 5, 6, 7 cats. And I'm looking forward to finishing, but there is a little bit of a what would you call it, predicament perhaps at the end, because the Flo would like nothing better than for me to say, yeah, I'm working now next week. I'm working 5 days a week. I'm going to earn not a lot, but the smig, which if you're earning 1,500 a month, it's actually more than Flo's earning, and it would just sort out the bills. In a way, it would give me an enormous amount of confidence. I haven't thought of this just to this moment actually, but the idea that I could be earning more than Flo would certainly, yeah, it would change the dynamic a little bit. But the thing is, I'm not looking forward to the idea of simply carrying on and working like this. I mean, everything is kind of worked out itself, so it's probably no need to worry. It's quite possible no one is going to be interested. If I could do the job, there will always be the problem with the communication, but if I can do the job well and someone says, yeah, but he's putting fucking a shitload of stuff on the shelves, he's putting the stuff away, he's cleaning up, who cares if he's not chatting to everybody? And who cares maybe if it takes a little bit to give him a command, if it has to be repeated. And what comes to mind now is that the notion of working 3 days a week. If it was 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I don't know. That would appeal to me perhaps more, but there's something a little depressing about the thought that, hey, from next week or the week after, you could be working every day of the week from now on, Monday to Friday, and in another 8-10 months you can have a week's holiday. But it's tricky because it is so true what we spoke about in the French course about working, and you appreciate your time off when you're working. And if I wasn't doing anything, see, this would be just terrible. I have to really think it through, you know, because that system with flow of me not doing anything, it would be awful. What's wrong, Tuco? What did you see? What did you see? That would be terrible. But I'm just not a conversation I thought I'd be having, I suppose. I'm not ready for the kind of full-time work. In a way, it'd be kind of miraculous. Be like, Tuco, don't go too far out there. No, it's too deep. In a way, it'd be kind of miraculous. The thought that I finished the Connemara, we had a bit of a break in December, November, whatever, and then I've been occupied in one way or another ever since. And to go straight through this course, to do a stage and to finish with the job is kind of, you know. And also the idea that this job is in Carrefour Labrian. It's 5 minutes away by driving. I mean, it's kind of perfect. But somehow I'm apprehensive. I think if the offer came, I'd have to take it. And I'd have to think to myself, just you wait for the end of the month, wait for that check to go through, which will be more than you're getting now, and just wait to be able to say, I'm earning more than you. And suddenly I'd be independent in that way. I'd be kind of important. Flo wouldn't be able to criticize me in money ways anymore, you know. But maybe I'm just being lazy. I think it's something about the way I thought of these things, and even at the beginning of this conversation, I was about to say, Flo will be away Thursday, and I'm going to finish my stage, and then I can rejoice because it's over. And I'm free for a while, you know. There's this notion of I'm free to just lie around, stay in bed. But even as I say it, I know it's kind of nonsense, because the whole thing will last about 15 minutes, you know, or maybe even an hour or two when I get home. I may have a beer, some citron vert. Tuco, don't go off, you see. And I might feel fantastic with everything finished, you know, and looking forward to going back on Tuesday or Wednesday to meet everybody one last time and talk to the French Travail people. I kind of hope that maybe they give me the option and I'm able to say something like, well, I'm looking into some other things and I got holidays booked, and it might be a nice situation to have a month off, I was saying this before, and then go back in September or something and start. And by then maybe I'd really appreciate getting back, you know. I think, shit, I had my month off, it's terrible, I need to be doing something. Anyway, it's kind of out of my control, that, so I guess I shouldn't really be dwelling on it too much. I'm doing the fucking boulangerie thing, you know. I'm projecting myself into having full-time employment in a situation where I really have no idea what they think of me. The fact is that Stefan has asked me a few things, and I haven't understood what he said, and he knows that. They may not need anybody. There may be lots of people that are on holidays and they're coming back. There could be so many things that that's involved. no matter what happens, I guess I'm going to enjoy this weekend coming. It will be finally the end of this course and stage which have been preoccupying my mind now for some months. But when it comes to working and stuff, honestly, do I really want to go through learning how to fucking write code? I hate that stuff. I hate keyboards. No matter what people keep saying about it and how fucking fantastic it is. And yeah, on the other hand, the notion of just sitting home and working 5 hours, let's say, every day on my laptop and earning a living. And earning money and keeping Flo happy and not having to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know. That appeals to me too. But I just can't. I don't know how that's going to happen. Even to take the job in Carrefour for a couple of months and then get the acidic unemployment benefit. I don't know, it's bizarre. It's kind of a little anticlimactic, I have to say. And it's a bit of a dilemma because I'm so looking forward to finishing all this shit. I really am. But on the other hand, I'm thinking if this opportunity is here, I'd be foolish not to take it because there isn't really an alternative right now. And I know what it's like to get up in the morning and have to sit there and pretend to do stuff because Flo is in the room. And I also have an idea how nice it would be to be earning something and to be able to just relax in that, lie around all I want because I'm working and I'm earning $1,500 a month, so there's nothing anyone can say to me. And if I take the option, maybe I should think more of Kevin Spacey in American Beauty and say, yeah, I really want this stupid fucking job. I want to be told what to do. I want to just be said, Eddie, put the fucking biscuits on the shelf. That's what you're going to do all day. Instead of, Eddie, try and teach English, and then you have to do all this studying, and then you have to learn how to do this and that, and then you've got your homework to do. Or, Eddie, try and spend the next year learning how to do some complicated shit on the computer, and then you can... But no matter what, we've started it. I have to point out too, the first day of the stage, getting up that morning was brutal. Not because I was tired, but Jesus, I was fucking nervous of that whole business. There was some kind of deep psychological resistance to going, you know. I had to just force myself to just get in the car, go. And that whole beginning was rough, you know. I was just full of nerves and anxious, and there's that terrible uncomfortableness of people talking to you in French, and you're just kind of going, oui, c'est ça, and you're like, I have no idea what you're saying. But then, today I have to really admit, this morning was really cool, you know. I helped Anna. We were doing toilet rolls. And then I helped somebody else, and then I did lots of stuff with the legumes and the whole section where the potatoes are, and the nuts and the olives. And I was able to spend, I don't know, maybe 2 hours completely unbothered by anybody, just doing the job. And I thought, wow, this is great, you know, to be able to just be left to your own devices for 2 hours and, you know, almost have no difficulties. And it's to think, you know, well, if you do this job in a few weeks, it should be just so easy. You're just moving things from one place to another and putting them on a shelf. That's the whole thing. You can see the whole picture. There's no big complications in it. You're not ordering stuff. You're not wondering about stuff. You're literally just doing that simple job. You're getting the stuff from the warehouse to the shelves. Anyway, I had to bring us up to date with that on this Tuesday the 9th. And yeah, I'm going back home now. It's 10 to 8. I'll be in bed by 9. And I'll probably be asleep by about 11. And we'll do another day, and we'll 3 days down, then 2 to go. No doubt we'll speak more toward the end of this stage.